Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm practicing room entry tactics. There's two techniques that I'm using. One specifically if you're working alone, the other one if you're working as part of a unit. So the first one is called pieing the room, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my sling to give myself a little bit of space. This one adjusts just by, all I got to do is bring it back a little bit. That gives me a little bit more room to be able to move the sling around. So the idea with tying the room is basically this is a wall, that's a wall, this is a doorway over here. And you'll notice I've set up two threats, one over there, one over there. And this wall here is continuous, so I cannot see those two threats over there, okay? So with tying the room, I'm going to start off on this side. And part of the reason why I prefer to start off on this side if I can is because my, basically scope's over here, my eye is behind here. I want my left eye, if possible, free of the scope, okay? Because my, as I hold the gun like this, right? That's kind of looking through the scope, but my left eye kind of sees everything out there, okay? So I would rather be working from that direction onto this one. So if I see somebody moving, my left eye, which doesn't have a scope in front of it, will see it more easily. So I have found that that's a better way to, a preferable way to work. However, you also want to practice this from the other side as well. Okay, so with tying the room, what I want to do is I'm going to start over here, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I want to slowly move. Okay, and if you notice, I'm far back. I'm not like over here where the muzzle's sticking out so it can be seen or grabbed. I'm further back, and I'm slowly moving, looking for threats. Okay? So when I got to this point over here, that thread over there became visible. Okay. So now the other thread over there, they're still out of my range. I can't see them. They can't see me. So from here, I'm just going to continue. Okay. Okay. So that's pieing the room, okay? And this is really a better, safer way to do it, especially if you're working by yourself, if you're doing it in a home defense type of situation, where we're observing as much of the room as possible from the outside of the room, and we're also, if we need to engage, we're engaging from outside of the room. Now the other way that I want to tell you guys about is, if you're working as part of a unit, and it's first of all, it's a fun drill, and the other thing is that we want to be aware of it, so we want to be aware of its strengths and weaknesses. So with this idea is that we're part of a stack. So I'm here, and basically there's three other guys behind me, and we're all packed on top of each other, right? So what we want to do is we want to establish dominance of the room as quickly as possible. So we're not going to pie the room from the outside. What's going to happen is, as we're here, okay, basically if I'm the first guy, second guy behind me, we're going to go in like that, almost simultaneously. And what's going to happen is, since I'm on this side of the room, I can see what's over there. What my main concern is what's behind me on this side. So as I go into the room, I'm going to go left, okay? I'm going to go in this direction. And if I was entering from this side, I would go in that direction. So I want to, because here I can see what's over there. I can't see, because if I can see that guy from there, I'm going to engage him from here, So as I enter the room, I'm going to engage that way if I'm starting off on this side. But if I'm starting off on this side, since I can see what's that way, I want to immediately turn and engage on this side over here. Now, the way I'm going to hold the gun, okay, is I'm going to hold it like this, okay? A lot of times when I do other exercises, I like to hold the gun down because it's rested, okay? It's pointing down. The problem with this is that as you enter a room, there's a good chance that you might, run into something or someone. And if you have the gun here, basically it can be hard to bring the gun up. Okay, you end up having to bring it up like this or bring it over your shoulder like that. Whereas if you're here and you come into the room, if there's something in front of you, basically you can punch it. So one of the things that I practice in this exercise is when I come in, I want to do a hard snap. Okay, so I'm actually using the gun as a spear. So if there's somebody standing in front of me, I'm going to hit them with the muzzle really hard, and that'll buy me an extra second to figure out, if they need to be shot or if they don't need to be shot. Because it might just be someone that doesn't need to be shot, that just needs to get out of the way. Now the other thing is that as I enter the room, okay, I want to basically place my left foot here, okay? And the idea is that is going, when I come out, I want to basically come through the room, okay, and get out of this doorway as quickly as possible. This is known as the funnel of death, okay? Anything that stays in this doorway is going to get shot, because if there's any bad guys in there, they're going to basically start shooting at the opening. So what we really want to do is we want to enter the room, and first guy, second guy are going to break off like that. And the guy behind me knows if I go left, he knows he's got to go right. If for some reason I decide that I need to go right, then he knows he has to go in the opposite direction, okay? So that's kind of like an automatic thing. Whatever direction I go in, the guy behind me goes in the opposite direction. So normally the way this works is I go in, I go left, right, left. The guy behind me goes right. Third guy goes left. Fourth guy goes right. And that's how we dominate the room. So what I want to do as I come in, okay, another important thing for you guys to practice is I want to put my left foot right there so that as I come, so I'm in a position to step and put straight in, okay? I don't want to position my foot, like let's say over here, so that when I step, okay, now all of a sudden I can't get through the room. So this is an important aspect. You have to position that foot so as you come in, you can take this corner quickly and get out of that funnel of death. The other thing is, if you stay there, if you stall in the doorway, you're going to also stall the guy behind you. Okay. So the worst thing that we want is, you know, if you got 4 men, all 4 men being in the doorway at once, because, you know, bullets go through people. So if you've got 2 or 3 or 4 guys stuck in that doorway, you know, 1 or 2 bullets will take all of you out. So that's why you need to immediately get in and break out. So let's practice this with some live fire. So I'm here, okay, all right, I'm gonna come in. Okay, so I wanna come in hard and fast and get out of this doorway. Do this one more time. Okay, and as I'm coming in, I'm snapping the gun out hard. So if there's anything in my way, I'm going to punch it out of the way with the muzzle. So that's the exercise, a fun exercise. Good cardio work if you do it enough times. And that's what it is. You know, make sure that you got your gun like this, snap out hard. You know, this is something that you want to drill. Like normally, you know, I do up drills where I have the gun here. I come up, safety, fire. Okay, so that's something I do repetitively. Well, now you also have to do this from this position here. From this position here, snap out. Okay, this is a little bit harder in the sense that, you know, I mean, it's easier to anchor this to the shoulder and just lift the gun up. Because you're always gonna, you're just lifting the gun up to your cheek. It's always gonna, everything's gonna be in the same spot. But again, like I said, you don't want to, if you're trying to lift it and you hit something, it's gonna mess up your day. So for room entry, I want to be here, snap out, and this is something that has to be practiced so that you can always anchor to the same place at the same time. You know, get that shoulder, get the stock in your shoulder, and get your face on the gun consistently every time. You just practice this over and over again. Okay, and practice that with the safety on and off safety. You know, just practice doing that. So, and again, like I said earlier, make sure you get out of the doorway as quickly as possible. So you gotta be mindful of your footwork, where your feet gonna be, so that you can quickly get through this room. Okay, you don't want to stop here. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.